Hi everybody and welcome to The Courageous Chick. I'm Shakia Mayer, and in this video we are going to talk about TLC's, Smothered, and Codependency. Well, the title of the show is called Smothered, but we're going to talk about some codependency. And I think I mentioned it in my last video when I was talking about one of the episodes. I didn't come on last week because with everything that was going on, I chose to do a reflection and a meditation as opposed to talking about Smothered. However, I am still watching this show and it is still bothersome, but I'm doing it because I want to share some information with you guys. I want to make this a teachable moment. If they're going to put this mess on TV, at least let's get something from it. So I think last time I said that there was a mother-daughter duo that wasn't so bad. I take it back. It was Kathy and I'm blanking on the daughter's name right now. I'm just looking at my notes. But I take it back. They are a shit show. Excuse my language. They're a mess. This is all a mess. So let's go ahead and get started. If you see me looking down, it's just because I am looking over my notes. When we talk about codependency, we're talking about a relationship where one person enables another person's behaviors or addiction or poor mental health habits. In this case of these mother-daughter duos, they're enabling each other, right? They are enabling each other. And with codependency, we have these daughters and moms who are relying on one another. Y'all, they are relying on each other for all types of foolishness. Now, if you did not catch my other video, I'm just sharing this really quickly. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. If you didn't catch my other video, I talked about the two who take a shower. So we know that last season, if you watched, we know that Sonia and Angelica, they share bathwater. I already told y'all how gross I think that is. This season, we have the two, Brittany and Mary, who shower together. But we are going to actually start off with talking about Sonia and Angelica. Oh my. Sonia and Angelica. Let me just share this really quickly. I have notes, but I still don't even know what to say about these two. So, okay. If you haven't watched, and if you didn't watch my last video, so if you didn't watch the last video, go watch that. And this maybe will help, and that will help to fill in some gaps. But Angelica is seeing Jason. Angelica is the daughter. Jason is Angelica's boyfriend. Sonia is Angelica's mother. Jason was still legally married, but he hadn't been with his wife for years, okay? But he was legally married. Sonia is like, no, you need to get a divorce. Okay, cool. Jason files for divorce. He wants to surprise Angelica by telling her that he has the papers, he signed the papers, and he and his wife are going through with this divorce. They're on a date. This was not the most recent episode, but the episode that I didn't talk about. So, okay, Jason and Angelica, they're on a date. They're getting pedicures done, having a cute little time with each other. Here comes Miss Sonia coming in, talking about, oh, you're here? You didn't tell me? And so Jason tells both of them at this point that he is going through with a divorce. Papers are signed. They just need to go and wrap it all up. Let's fast forward. Sonia is saying, well, I'm going to be there. So Sonia and Angelica and Jason are at this divorce situation, the divorce proceeding, okay? And I think her name is Viviana. I think that's Jason's wife. I felt terrible for her. If you guys watched this, please let me know what your thoughts were. I felt so bad for this woman. She is there by herself, going through with a divorce, regardless of what happened in their marriage. She was married to him, so I imagine there are all these feelings that she was having, right? Okay, so Soon-Yi starts asking her these questions. do you still love him? And Viviana goes, yeah, I do. And Viviana's crying at this point. And she's saying, you know, during her interview, I thought it would only be us. Or like, I didn't know that these other people were going to be here. And Miss Soon-Yi is asking Viviana all types of questions. I really hope this woman's name is Viviana, because I could totally be making that up right now. But I feel like it is Viviana. But I watch so many TLC shows. It's all for research. But anyway, so Soon-Yi keeps asking Viviana all these questions. Do you guys share joint, do you have joint accounts? And Viviana is saying, well, there are some things after this, you know, there will be no more joint accounts. She's understanding that. Miss Soon-Yi, it's like she doesn't even care. So, okay, let's fast forward a little bit. They are in this room. Jason has, they each signed the papers, Jason and his wife, and now the mediator or notary, whoever she is, she's saying that they need a witness. Guess who? Guess who volunteers to be a witness? You guessed it, Sun-Yi. Sun-Yi takes the papers and they leave, and essentially she's like, oh, I'm not signing this right now because I need to look it over. Before I sign anything, I need to look it over, which is true. But ma'am, you just sat here, listened to this stuff, and you agreed to be a witness. If you weren't ready to sign at that moment, why did you agree to be a witness? Let Angelica do it, especially considering this is Angelica's boyfriend. Not Jason is not your boyfriend, Miss Sun-Yi. But okay. They piss me off sometimes. But okay, so they go out to this place to go eat, and Soon-Yi is still saying, oh, I'm not prepared to sign these papers. And she says, so they find, or Soon-Yi finds out that Jason still has car insurance with his ex. So not his ex-wife, but with an ex-girlfriend. And Soon-Yi is like, oh, see, more things just keep coming out about you. And Angelica goes, I knew about this. And she goes, you're fine with this? And Angelica goes, it is what it is. You know, like, he'll stop paying it. Angelica is not stressing over it. So, so Jason says, you know, it's an oversight on his part. And Soon-Yi is like, you wonder why I have trust issues with you. Ma'am, this is not your relationship. Why are you so involved? And again, when we talk about codependency, this is a reliance on this other person. Soon-Yi needs to have Angelica in her life where she feels she isn't whole and complete. She's choosing to be so involved in her daughter's life that she's not even giving this type of energy and effort and time to her partner. I don't even know if they're still together because they didn't mention this man yet on this season. Last season, she had a partner who, of course, didn't live in the same state she lived in. Coincidence? I think not. You want to know why he didn't live in the same state that she lived in? Because she needed an excuse to not have to see him all the time so that she can spend every day of her life, every moment of her life with Angelica. And at this point, Miss Angelica is like, look, I'm ready to, you know, cut some ties right now. Like, I don't know. I think Angelica is starting to get it. So my fingers are crossed. I'm rooting for her that she is starting to get it, that this is unhealthy. This is no good. No bueno. No, don't keep doing it. And so Angelica goes, so are you going to sign? And she looks at Jason and she's like, do we need her to sign? And Soon-Yi is like, oh, wait a minute. I don't like how this is going. And she says, you know, Soon-Yi is like, you sound crazy to Angelica, essentially because Angelica knew about some of those things that were going on. And Soon-Yi just does not understand how Angelica could be okay with this. So Soon-Yi is saying to Angelica, I'm just trying to protect you. I want to protect you. And she storms out. And I would be like, good, leave, lady, because you need to leave. But y'all, when she left, she took the divorce papers. So she knew what she was doing. And as she's getting into her car, she says, I don't know if I'll ever sign these papers. How can you protest that you want Jason to get a divorce, but now you are the one that's holding up this process because you refuse to sign the papers? And you're also doing this to your daughter. Forget about Jason for a minute. What about your daughter who loves this man? She has chosen to be with him. She was aware of what was going on, and she made the choice to still continue in a relationship with him, but yet you refuse to sign to be a witness on the divorce papers. So now I'm like, is she going to take the papers home and burn them? Can they get another copy? Can Angelica sign it? What? Oh man, I don't know. It's just too much with them. It really is. It's too much. But I really think I think part of the issue is because Angelica is probably spending more time with Jason, so maybe she's not sharing baths anymore with her mom, and now Suni is like, I don't even know what to do with myself. That's a possibility. But this is one of the issues with codependency, and we're going to talk about that actually a little bit more with oh dear. Okay, so I don't recall her name right now, actually, but it's a mom and daughter duo, of course. The daughter is 25, the mom is 50. They just introduced them during the episode this past Sunday, and I don't remember their name, but let's talk a little bit about their story. So the daughter says, I'm a very anxious person, but when I smell my mom, I feel okay. How many of y'all go around smelling your mothers? I don't know, because maybe that's a thing people do, but I don't do it. I love my mother, okay? In fact, I was just on the phone with my mother. But do you think I'm going to walk around smelling her? No. It's so bizarre to me. So let's talk about codependency, that you have to smell your mom in order to, like, be good, in order to feel a little calmer. And I'm not making jokes about anxiety. Anxiety is very real. I'm not making jokes about that. I do just find it to be somewhat odd that what helps you is to sniff your mom. Okay, so they when they don't live in the same house, but I think when the daughter stays over, they will sleep in the same bed together. Okay, but, fine. Sometimes you want to be close to your mom wants to be close to the daughter. Okay, I'll give you that one. Even at 25 and 50, I'll give you that. But where it starts to get a little smotherish, and this is on the daughter's account actually, the daughter takes pictures of the mom sleeping. I don't know what kind of satanic ritual is going on. She takes pictures of her mom sleeping. Is that not odd? So not only does she need to smell her mom in order to help her to feel calmer or to help her to have less anxiety, but she also takes pictures of the mom while the mom is asleep. And the mom is like, I didn't even know you did that. So the mom isn't even fully aware of some of these things. So that we get into a little bit of their story, and hopefully I will get their names so I can put it in here. But we get into a little bit of their story, and we see why they are so close, or what contributes to them being so close. And it's like a lot of the other mom and daughter duos where things happen early on in life, and it's just the two of them. And so in this case, the mom tried for 10 years to have a child, and she wasn't able to. And then she finally got pregnant with her daughter. Throughout that pregnancy, it was a high-risk pregnancy. And at one point, I believe they thought that the daughter wouldn't even make it. So I get the bond there, right? How they can just love each other so much. Where it starts to get smotherish, where it starts to get odd is that the daughter, and not even odd actually, this part is not odd, it's really the codependent relationship that I want to touch on a little bit. The daughter takes care of the mom. She acts like her caregiver. She actually acts like the mom in the relationship, and the mother said that. She goes, I guess I'm the daughter now. I guess the roles, are reversed. And the daughter takes care of her. The mother does have some health issues, and so the daughter wants to make sure that she's good. Okay, cool. But she does it to the point where it is insane. Even the mom, I feel, was getting a little annoyed by it. Like, okay, I know I have to drink water. You don't need to keep telling me I need to drink water. She labels the water bottles. She sets it up so that she has water for the week. Okay, fine. But the daughter is always saying, like, so the daughter seems very intrusive in the mom's life and not really allowing her to be independent, which is interesting. But again, this is part of that codependency. And the daughter is like, I don't know what I would ever do if my mom, wasn't here. And I understand that, where, obviously that would be such a huge disruption. My concern with all of these mother-daughter duos is that if something were to happen to either one of them, how would the other person cope? How could you cope and have a normal, because everybody's normal looks different, or a healthy life when you are so dependent on the other person? When you literally look for them or look to them for validation. When you look to them to help you to have high self-esteem. How can you be a whole and full and complete person if so much of who you are is wrapped up in the other one? And this goes beyond just mother-daughter duos. In this case, we're talking about smothered. But if any of this resonates, for you, let me know, because a lot of people are like this in their romantic relationships too. That's a different story. We'll do that another time. we'll do that another time. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to talk about another mom and daughter duo. You know what? Let's talk about Cher and Dawn. Now, Cher is the daughter. Dawn is the mom, I believe. Cher is pregnant. They want to have the same birth plan. First, Cher wanted to have an epidural. Dawn is like, no, I had a natural birth. You should have a natural birth too. I mean, come on. I did it with all of my children. You need to do it. And so Cher is like, okay. After she and her husband had already talked about it, and, initially they agreed that she wouldn't have a natural birth. Okay. They are in the house, and she's starting to go into labor, and her contractions are getting close. And they haven't left. And the husband is like, we should probably leave. Mind you, the husband is a doctor. I think Cher's dad is a doctor. Her brother is a doctor. Everybody's a doctor. I think Cher is even a nurse. And the mom is like, no, she's good. Nobody knows what a woman goes through except for a woman. And Cher is like, as she's in labor. It's so... It's just so weird to me, because the idea that you are so close to your mom that you want to have the same birthing plan as her, I don't know. And Cher's like, I don't really have a high tolerance for pain, but I'll give it a try. It helps that my mom has gone through it. Okay, lady. And here's the thing, I'm not against, obviously, a natural birth if that's what you want. I just don't know if Cher really wanted that, or if she wanted it because her mom convinced her to want it. That's where I have an issue. So the mom is saying no one can take care of Cher. No one can take care of Cher the way that I can. And the husband is like, okay, all right. So that's Cher and Dawn. Cher's gonna give birth, so Dawn is like, I hope she doesn't give birth on the street. I went into labor. I gave birth in the car. Ha ha ha. Get her to a hospital, lady. But anyway, all right, let's move on. Next we have Brittany and Mary. I really need to know who watches this show. I know the first time I made this video a few weeks ago, some of you are like, what show is this? But if y'all watch this show, I need you to watch Brittany and Mary, because I feel like Brittany might hurt Frank. Frank is Mary's husband, so Brittany is the daughter, Mary is the mom, and Frank is Mary's husband. And Mary is always looking at him like, if you breathe wrong, I'm coming for you. So I'm just like, oh Lord, if you all stay in the same house, Frank, sleep with one eye open. No, sleep with both your eyes open. Don't go to sleep, Frank. Don't go to sleep. Do not go to sleep. Because yes, right? They are out of control. So they're planning a party for Brittany, because Brittany just graduated from Correctional Academy, okay? So I guess she's going to be a CO, which is concerning for me, because there seems to be something that's a little off with Brittany, and I'm just like, oh dear. You know what? I might talk about that in another video. I'm not even going to go into it right now, but there's something a little off with her. Okay, so they are planning a party for I don't like Soon Yi. Soon Yi, let me tell you, Soon Yi is terrible, okay? And not try to come from a no judgment place, but this is entertainment. And Soon Yi is, I agree with you, she is so messed up for what she is putting Angelica through. I think it's messed up. Like, how can you do that to your daughter? But okay, let me go back to Brittany and Mary. So Mary is planning this party, right, for Brittany's ceremony, because Brittany is graduating. Frank is there. Frank and Mary are talking. They are husband and wife. They are partners. So they are engaging in a conversation with each other. And here comes Brittany looking. And I was like, oh shoot, what's up? Brittany looks like she, I don't know, like, do something to him. So then Frank kisses Mary, and Brittany goes, gosh, Mom, we have stuff to do. You need to come help me, Mom. Why are you not helping me, Mom? I'm sorry. They are so bizarre. Yeah, so bizarre. I feel like Brittany was getting so jealous that somebody else was kissing her mom. You know, these are the two who shower together. So, I don't know. She's like, come help me, Mom. Brittany she's already upset because she really likes this guy, and apparently he's not that interested in her. And she's like, guys just want to be friends with benefits. And I'm like, well, not maybe some of the guys, and I don't know what her relationship has been with the guys she's been talking to. So maybe it's like, look for a different kind of guy. But also, again, about Brittany, she's 19, but she presents to be a lot younger, which is another reason why I'm concerned for her career path. But I'm not her therapist, and I'm not her mom. So I'm just a person who is watching the show that she's on and enjoying, not even really, it's cringeworthy, but I can't look away. But anyway, Zach doesn't like her. So yes, thank you for that. So Zach is the guy who Brittany is so interested in, but Zach is like, nah. He's probably saying no because she acts like she's 12. There is just something off. So Brittany starts crying. Guys don't like me. And she's crying. And the mom is like, you're gonna find somebody. You're gonna find somebody. And she's just sobbing. And yeah, so she's upset that Zach only wants to be friends with benefits. I don't believe she's ever actually had a boyfriend. And that could be something, that is bothering her. I get it. But she also, oh wait, she says, this part is a little shady. But she says, guys just see me as a sex object. Guys just see me as a sex object ever since I lost weight. So she had surgery. She lost a lot of weight. And why I laugh about this is just because she comes off as so... Oh, I'm trying to be nice here. But she comes off as just... I don't know. But if guys only see her as a sex object, that's her experience, and I'm not going to take that away from her. It was just interesting for her to use those choice of words. But she definitely acts younger than 19. So let me know if you... Denise is laughing. Right, isn't it a mess? Like, guys, if you haven't watched this show, watch it, because it's a mess. And it's purely for your entertainment. Okay, so who else can I talk about really quickly? Who else can I talk about? Who did I miss? So I miss Kathy, and I'm blanking on the daughter's name. Let me know if you guys know the daughter's name. Who is Kathy's daughter? They are the two from Chicago, and they have this really thick accent that I can't do. I'm from Jersey, my bad. But the daughter is married to Carlo. I just can't remember what the daughter's name is right now. They are moving in, so Carlo and the daughter are moving in with Kathy, the mom. And Carlo is like, look, I don't want no weird stuff going on between you two. I don't want to, if I'm spending time with my wife, I just want to spend time with my wife. I don't want you to be there. And so Kathy's like, what? You think I'm going to interrupt you? What? You think something's going on? And he's like, I don't know what sick stuff you guys have going on. I love him because he is just so real. And he's like, look, I'm not going to join in on this codependent relationship that you guys have because it is sick. It is unhealthy. And so, yes, Christina. Thank you for that, Denise. Christina. So they both have the jet black hair, the nails. They're just so funny. And they were the two that I could tolerate the most. But I don't know. After last episode, I'm like, y'all moving up there in rank with Dawn and Cher. I can't. Dawn and Cher, I don't know what it is about them, but so they consider themselves to be twins, and so Cher is having a daughter, so Dawn is like, we're gonna be triplets. They dress alike, they talk alike, it's a mess. Okay, but anyway, so back to Christina and I'm just laughing at the comments. Back to Christina and Kathy. At first, Carlo was like, we're not moving over there because you two are out of your minds. We're not doing that. But then he comes around to it. He realizes, you know what? If we do that, we can save some money. They're doing this huge renovation on the house. So, okay. He's like, we'll take the L. We'll move there. Of course, Kathy and Christina are ecstatic about it. So he goes, did you ask, I can't remember what the other daughter's name is, but he's asking Kathy, hey, did you ask your other daughter how she feels? Kathy goes, why? It doesn't matter. She doesn't pay rent. I don't care. I don't care how she feels. What's it going to matter? This is part of the issue. I think I said in my last video, a lot of these people have other children. So if you have this codependent relationship with one child, I'm curious as to what your relationship is like with your other children. They did. They wore him down. They absolutely did. And I'm hoping, you know, he looked at it as, fine, I'll save some money. But he did put up some limits. He's like, if I want to spend time with my wife, I'm going to spend time with my wife. If, you know, it's just us, it's just us. You're not allowed to come in our bed. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. And I hope that he sticks to his guns and he doesn't give in any more than he already has, because otherwise it's a mess. And that's part of the problem. Okay. Within these codependent relationships, with this codependency that these mom and daughter duos have, I find that the husbands or that the partners don't speak up. They are a little more passive, except for Carlo. They are a little more passive, and they will just go with it. And I'm like, no, speak up. Like Sharon Dawn, her husband, say something. Jason and Angelica. Jason, hello, tell Sun Yi that you don't want her at your divorce proceedings because it's freaking none of her business. You are not with Sun Yi. You are with Angelica. Come on. Look, some of these people, they need to get themselves some stones and protect themselves. They need to protect themselves against some of these folk, because what's happening? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why I get so hyped talking about this show. I think it's just because they're so weird. And it's taking being close to your parent to an extreme level. And this idea of being so reliant on another person, I'm making jokes and I'm making light of this, but it's actually very dangerous. It's so dangerous because, again, heaven forbid, if something were to happen to either one of them, how would the other person go on? How would they find meaning in their life? Okay? Or let's say something happens and they are no longer that close. How do you, or not even just them being close, how do you allow yourself to build a relationship, a healthy relationship with someone else, if your entire life is wrapped up in this other person? You have to learn how to have healthy relationships, healthy boundaries with anybody. Mom, daughter, dad, brother, sister, partner, husband, wife, whomever. So we're making light of this, but there is an the clinician in me, the therapist in me is like, yo, maybe I need to contact them and say, well, no, I can't, because clearly I have too many biases, but I want to I'm like, let's do a session. Let's work on some stuff. So yeah, Sunyi and Angelica, yeah, it is something. The part that makes me uncomfortable and that, you know, where I start to cringe with this show, it's some of the comments that they make about each other. Like, I just need you. I need you for every part of my life. I just love you so much. What would I ever do without you? You're my entire world. It's like, girl, relax. Relax. Invest your energy in something and someone else. All of your being, all of your life force does not need to be wrapped up in your mother or your daughter. It's unhealthy. Oh, the mom, before I go, the mom and, yes, and I talked about boundaries in my last video. Their boundaries, their lines are so blurred. And you have to have, boundaries. People don't like the word boundaries because they feel like it has to be fixed, that it has to stay one way forever. No, boundaries are the limits you set to make sure you are good, to make sure you are getting your needs met, to make sure you get to have the life that you want. And a lot of them, if you watch this show, you'll notice that they aren't actually living their life. They're living the life that they have as an enmeshed person within a family unit. So we could go deeper if y'all want to go deeper. I'm trying to keep it lighthearted because I'm trying to keep the video short. And also my allergies have been acting up. But anyway, so yes, we know about codependency. We need to have better boundaries and better communication with one another for these partners who are involved in these dynamics. Stand up for yourselves. What are your boundaries? What are your limits? Not cool, guys. Not cool, okay? I just want y'all to do better. And I'm talking to the smothered people as if they are watching. Just in case they come across this video, I just want y'all to do better. I want you to be able to have your own life, live your own purpose, have your own passions, and have a healthy relationship with your mother or with your daughter, and also with your partner and your future children. It's a mess. But really quickly, going back to the mom and daughter duo whose names I, for the life of me, can't remember. But the daughter, again, is 25. Mom is 50. If y'all remember their names, let me know. But the daughter actually just bought a house with her boyfriend, her long-term boyfriend. She bought a house with him. She invites the mom to come live with them. And the mom is saying, well, how is he going to feel about this? And she goes, it's okay. It'll be okay. And the mom is like, I really wish that they would have gotten engaged or married before they bought a house together. This is not the life I wanted for her. I feel like she's wasting her life. Ma'am, slow down. They've been together for quite some time. They seem to love each other. They have committed to each other. They bought a house together. And maybe this guy does have plans to marry her. In fact, he said he wanted to buy a house and then get married. And I know some people are from the old school. They feel like they have to get married, then buy a house. But listen, getting married in a lot of ways costs a lot of money if you want to have a wedding. I'd rather have the house. Then let's have a little ceremony, okay? Because we can confess our love to each other and God and whomever and a witness at any point. But if I want to have a ceremony, that's going to cost money. Give me the house, okay? So that's what I believe they talked about, having a house. Sarah is the mother. Thank you. What's the daughter's name? I can't remember what the daughter's name, but yes, Sarah is the mom, and she has taken on this role as the child at this point. And the daughter has really started to be the caregiver. So, okay, so Sarah is upset that the daughter isn't married. Heaven forbid, should she be with somebody and not be married? Listen, it's Sarah, it's the daughter's life, okay? Now, where I think the daughter went wrong is, oh no, Sarah is the daughter. So, what's her name? I can't see. I can't make out what the daughter's name is. Oh, okay, so Sarah is the daughter. All right, Sarah is the daughter. So then who's the mom? Help me out here. Who's the mom? Thank you, Denise. Help me out. So, okay, Sarah is the daughter. Where Sarah went wrong is she invited her mom to come live with her and did not even consult her partner. Y'all live together. Y'all bought a house together. This is his space too. How about you include him in on this decision? And you at least let him know that this is something you're thinking about before you tell your mom to, yeah, just come move on in with me. Oh, I just need to have you closer. I need to be able to watch you. She's so intrusive. She is so intrusive. Lori. Okay, so Lori is the mom and Sarah is the daughter. Thank you so much. I feel like Wendy Williams when she's thanking her co-host for helping her out. That's what I feel like right now. So thank you, because otherwise I'd have to Google. But okay, so they have their own issues, and this is part of it. A lot of these mom and daughter duos, they will make decisions with each other without consulting their partner. Not cool. Not cool. But this is what happens when you are in a codependent relationship and when you are also enmeshed. We want to have healthy relationships with healthy communication. And I get that she wants to, I get that her mom has health issues. So I'm not against the mom moving in. I'm just saying consult your partner. You know, consult him. At least let him know before you tell your mom, like, yeah, it's fine, it's okay. Because you don't want there to be tension in the house. You know, you don't want there to be tension or your mom to feel some kind of way because maybe your partner doesn't really want her there. At the end of the day, it's your mom. Your mom has some health needs. You're going to do what you have to do, but at least let him know. Give him the courtesy of letting him know. That's all I'm saying. So, all right. Healthy boundaries, people. Let's know our limits. If you realize, like, you know, if anything resonated in terms of codependency, you want to start to break some of those patterns because it is unhealthy. If you are reliant, like these mother-daughter duos are, reliant so much on another person, that can impact your own well-being and other areas of your life and your life satisfaction. And we don't want to enable behavior that's ineffective. We don't want to enable, you know, things that people will do that is not the best for them. So for these partners, stop enabling. For these daughters or moms, don't enable the other person to continue to be this way and treat you this way. Get out of this dynamic. All right, I will literally keep talking about this forever, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, and in order for them, and this is part of the reason with codependency, which is when you disregard somebody else who's not in that immediate dynamic, then that other relationship suffers, which is what's happening with a lot of, or what can happen with a lot of these mom and daughters and then their partners off to the side. Like poor little Frank. I can't, you know, oh, that Mary and Frank. Mary, if watch my other video, you'll hear how I feel or what's going on with their relationship. But Frank seems like he is trying. He is trying. He wants to spend time with his wife. He wants to build a life with his wife, build a life with his wife. And Brittany's like, hell no. She's like, that's not happening. She won't let that happen. But okay, watch the show. It comes on TLC on Sunday nights. Watch it so that way when I do these videos, we can have a conversation. Denise, thank you so much for helping me out today. I really appreciate it. This was so much fun. And, you know, I want everybody get involved in this conversation. Watch the show. And if you don't watch the show, no worries. You can join me again for the next live and I will fill you in. But on this channel, we're going to practice having healthy boundaries and healthy relationships and healthy communication. That's all I have for today's video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you guys real soon. Have a courageous day, and make sure you are taking care of yourself. Bye.